First, today we are going to see about refraction at a spherical surface. Okay, so this is a spherical surface. This is the center of curvature, and this is the radius r. Now, this is one medium, and this is another medium. So, inside the spherical surface, this side, the refractive index is n2 and the other side we have refractive index as n1. Now the notations are, this is object and I is the image. Now we have n, m. Even though we see some distance between these 2 points, but it is very close to, you can assume this to be a single point. It is very close. And this angle I and angle R are very small angles. So the distance between this point and this point is u, and from this point to this point is v, and we know already the radius of curvature, and this is center of curvature. This point is m, or this also m, because both are same point, and this is n. Okay, so now we will see tan NOM. So tan NOM. So you can assume this to be a right angle triangle. So NOM. So this is the angle we are considering. The opposite side is NM. That is the MN divided by adjacent side. Adjacent side is OM. So this M and this M both are same because it's very close. So OM. Okay. Next we are considering tan NCM. NCM, this point. So tan NCM means we are considering this angle. So opposite side is MN divided by adjacent side is MC. Okay. Then we are considering tan angle NIM. So N, I and M. So we are considering this angle. So opposite side is MN. Adjacent side is this length, that is MI. That's what we have written here. Now we all know that for very small angles, tan theta is approximately equal to theta, and sin theta is approximately equal to theta. This relation is a well-known relation for very small angles. Okay. So if that is the case, assume this is theta. So tan theta is approximately equal to theta. So now this angle I is equal to angle NOM, this angle, plus angle NCM, that is this angle. So we will see the proof for this at the end of the derivation. So we got this relation. That proof alone we will see at the end of the derivation. So this angle I can be written as angle NOM, that means this angle, plus angle NCM, that means we are considering this angle. Okay, right. Now I is equal to what? I is equal to angle NOM. So we know that tan theta is approximately equal to theta. Therefore NOM can be written as MN by OM. Similarly for NCM, we can write MN divided by MC, this relation. Similarly, if you consider this angle R is equal to angle NCM, this angle, minus NIM. So NIM, that means this angle. So this R is equal to angle NCM, that means this angle, minus NIM, that means the next angle. This proof also we will see at the end of the derivation. Okay. Now for very small angles, tan theta equal to theta, and similarly sin theta is equal to theta. Now NCM, if you take NCM, tan theta is opposite side. Opposite side is MN divided by adjacent side, which is MC. It is written here. Similarly for NIM, we are considering this triangle. For this angle, the opposite side is once again MN divided by adjacent side is from M to I. One important point you have to keep in your mind is, even though there is a small variation, you can assume these 2 points is same point, okay, M, because that distance is highly negligible, okay. Okay, now we have by Snell's law N1 sin I, that is refractive index this side, N1 into sin I, this angle, is equal to N2 the other side with refractive index N2 into sin R. R is this angle. Now we already told you that for very small angles sin I is equal to I, and similarly sin R is equal to R. Therefore N1 this can be written as I, and N2 sin R can be written as R. This is applicable only for very small angles. Okay. Now what is I value? I value we have Mn by Om plus Mn by Mc. Mn by Om plus Mn by Mc is equal to N2, and R value Mn by Mc minus Mn by Mi. So that's how we got this. Now we will try to expand this and simplify the equation. Okay. Okay. Now we have the relation N1 into Mn by Om plus Mn by Mc is equal to N2 into Mn by Mc minus Mn by Mi. Now Mn is common, you can take it outside. Here again we have Mn as the common term, you can take it outside. Now this Mn and this Mn gets cancelled. You bring this N1 into this. So N1 divided by Om plus N1 divided by Mc is equal to N2 divided by Mc minus N2 divided by Mi. Okay. Now what you do is bring this negative term to the other side and move this term to the other side. So N1 by Om plus bring this term this side, N2 by Mi, N2 by Mc, this term to the other side, minus N1 by Mc. Okay. Okay, we have N1 by Om plus N2 by Mi is equal to N2 by Mc minus N1 by Mc. LCM is same, therefore we can write it as N2 minus N1 divided by Mc. Okay. Now we will apply Cartesian sign convention. So Om is minus U. So Om is this side. So this is minus U. Mi is equal to plus V. It is the other side. So this is plus V. Mi is V plus V, and MC is R. That is radius of curvature. This is object and this is image. So the object is negative and U is minus U. Now we will substitute these sign conventions in this equation. So N1 by Om is minus U. Then N2 by Mi is plus V, and is equal to N2 minus N1 divided by R, where R is the radius of the curvature. So it is lying this side, so therefore it is positive, so R. Now we will rearrange the terms and make it perfect. So N2 by V minus N1 by U is equal to N2 minus N1 divided by R. Now if you look into this equation, if you know U, the object distance from M, if you know the radius of curvature of the sphere, if you know the refractive index of N1 and N2, you can always find V. So totally we have 4 parameters: U, V, R, N1 and N2. So totally 5 parameters. If you know any 4, you can always find the other term. So that's the greatest advantage of finding where should we have to place the object and where we have to place the image. So that's all about basically refraction at a spherical surface, and this is the final V equation which you have to remember, and more problems likely to appear based on this equation. Okay, now we will see, this is the final equation. Now we will see how we got the proof for those equations. So this is the end, but we will see the proof that I already told you in the beginning. We will see the proof for those equations. Okay. Now we will see the proof, that is angle I is equal to angle NOM plus angle NCM. Now you consider this triangle ONC, and this is a straight line and this is I. Okay, that's what I have represented. So this is angle A, and this I have assumed angle B, and this is angle C. Now for this triangle, if you consider if you add all the angles, it should be 180. This is one thing. Then this is a straight line, so this angle plus this angle should be 180. Now from this equation, what is angle I? Angle I is equal to 180 minus angle C. But from this equation, angle C move to the other side, 180 minus angle C. Therefore, in the place of 180 minus angle C, we can write angle A plus angle B. So angle A plus angle B. Now angle I is what? Angle NOM. That is NOM. This angle plus NCM. NCM. So this angle. So this angle and this angle we have represented like this. Therefore, angle I is equal to angle NOM plus angle NCM. This is first proof. Then we will see, this is proof 1. Proof 1. Next we will see second proof. So now we will see proof 2. That is, we are going to consider MNIC. Now this is angle R. The same diagram I have copied here. Say NMI. For convenience, I have taken this as theta, this is psi, and this is phi. So MCI. Now if you consider this triangle NCI, R, theta and phi and psi is equal to 180 degree. So now this is one equation. Another equation, this is a straight line. If you consider this angle, pi plus psi should be equal to 180. That means pi is equal to 180 minus psi. Bring this psi to the other side. Now from first equation, bring this psi to the other side, it will become 180 minus psi. So in the place of 180 minus psi, we can write r plus theta. That's what I have written here. That is, phi is equal to r plus theta. Or from this equation, r is equal to phi minus theta. Phi minus theta. Now what is phi? Phi is this angle. That is angle NCM. That's what written here. Minus what is theta? NIM. Angle NIM. So that's how we got the relation for R is equal to angle NCM minus NIM in the derivation. Okay. So this is the proof 2. So the final equation of this topic, refraction at a spherical surfaces, N2 by V minus N1 by U is equal to N2 minus N1 divided by R. Okay, where you know U is the distance of the object, V is the distance of the image, and R is the radius of the curvature. Hope you have understood this topic. Thanks for watching. Nandri.